Alright everyone, I am going to show you my Scoreboard app. It's going to work very similar to SBE, so I have it pulled up here. So I've just opened the app. As you can see down here in the bottom, that it's already on here. So we'll go ahead and show you this. Okay, so you're going to start with singles, doubles. Single, obviously doubles, it puts you the second box. You can change player names however you want. We'll show you that in a little bit with the doubles, but start with singles, and we're going to just call this how to use the scoreboard. You can call it ACL Regional. You can fit whatever in there and it will update, and I'll show you that here in a second as well. So if we go to Southwest, it's going to start at Southwest just because that's the conference I'm in, so it's going to be pre-filled for that so that something at least pops up. You can pick whatever your conference name is. We'll go back to Southwest. As for file path, it's defaulted to C, but I would pick desktop just because it makes it easier to use. Just for ease of use and all of that. We're going to start game, and it's going to pre-make this scoreboard here. For example, I'm on my desktop already, and it has already updated this. If I end game here and I change this to ACL Regional number 1, click start game, it will update it here with the player names. And if I go back over here, it has updated that as is. So that is where it's updating to. It's updating to your desktop because I have desktop selected, and then the actual photo name is scoreboard_update.png. It's a PNG file because there's some background here that you're not seeing, but it is scoreboard_update.png. So that's the image file that you're going to add to OBS. So now we can add our player names. So Eric Weathers. If you look at the player size here, if you look at the score size here, it's pretty big. But when we say Josh Gross, we will say update, and it will change the size for you. So let's throw my middle name in there. Not that anyone would use a middle name, but who knows? Somebody's got some long names out there. It will update the size so that everything is uniform, centered, and aligned to the left as is over here. It will also change your score size. So next is bag color. So say I'm throwing black bags and say Josh is throwing white bags. You can pick whatever you need to. You also have a none option. It will completely remove that square for you. And then for score, it's as simple as this. Say I scored 4 in the first frame, it will update it. Say I scored 8 in the first frame, it will update it. Say I scored 14, whatever it is, and you can see down in the bottom left the scoreboard physically updating. That is pulling from scoreboard_update.png as is, no problem. From there, if you just want to reset it, I believe you just need to press zeros. I can put a button here that refreshes everything back to 0, but it's not that hard to press 0. I know ACL sometimes goes over 21, so if you want to show that we scored 25, you can type enter there. It will not fill a button because obviously there's not a button. You can even type in 17 if you wanted, but again, it will not highlight this, but it's easy to just click it. 21. Update button also works. So say if you don't want to press enter for whatever reason, you could type in Josh and click update, and it will update. But again, pressing enter on any of these text boxes will update it for you and keep you in that text box. Same thing with this, 15, and I'm pressing enter, and it automatically updates it. So we'll say 19. There we go. As for doubles, we're going to end game here. We're going to go to doubles, keep the same file path. You can even make this now doubles, click start game. So now you've added these extra 2 text boxes. So let's say we want to just be Weathers and Gross versus Sims and Paul. Press enter. It will update that for you. So for doubles, you can literally type it in that way, and it will put the bar. Don't do weathers gross like this, because it will, the way it's programmatically written is if you leave this field blank, it will put an extra backslash on the name, because the way it's written is it's going this text box backslash this text box. So if you're going to physically do doubles, you can either do it as singles and type it like this. You can go, you can go back and go singles and type it like this, or go ahead and just physically say weathers and gross. Press enter. Other than that, that's pretty simple. If you guys have any questions, or if you experience any bugs, for example, generic error occurred in GDI Plus, it's possible that it's because I clicked two things too fast. So if you're changing score, not that you're going to be sitting, oh, it's 7 then 8 really quick, but sometimes if you click 14 and then 16, what happens is it is physically changing this picture, and while you're clicking another button, it's going in and trying to rechange the picture while it's getting pulled by OBS, and that's what that generic error problem is. But that's a simple clear off the screen with an OK, and then you should be good to go. If you have problems with it, like where you're getting an error every time, let me know. I've done pretty much all the error handling I can on this, but I'm sure I missed something. We've recorded many games with this process, so we'll see what happens. If you guys run into anything, just let me know. Like I said, with the file path, I would just choose desktop, and you should be good to go from there. All right. Just let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you guys enjoy the scoreboard.